A few weeks ago, Yamez over at Island Metal Forge did a video about blacksmithing and community. And I thought I would go ahead and do a little video on this. I think Roy over at Christ-Centered Ironworks has done one. Several other people have done videos on the subject. It's kind of an ongoing topic that I think Yamez started, but I'm not absolutely sure if he was the first one to do it. But somebody is putting most of these videos into a playlist, and I will find that playlist and I will link to that at the very end of the video somewhere on this screen so that you can find the playlist and you can listen to these, get some ideas of what people think if you're interested. And really the idea of community and blacksmithing is one of the things that we really need to embrace as blacksmiths. It's really cool to think of yourself sometimes as that lone craftsperson able to make things with very few tools, make stuff out of scrap or junk that you found, and really subsist by yourself. But the reality is, I don't think we really do that. It kind of goes along with being self-taught. People like to consider themselves self-taught because they never actually interacted one-on-one with another person. But as soon as you read a book somebody wrote to get some ideas, as soon as you participate in an online forum on blacksmithing, or as soon as you watch a video about blacksmithing, you are no longer completely self-taught. You're being influenced by whoever it is that is in that forum, wrote that book, or did the video, and those things are all forms of community. And of course, often we think of community in the sense of those people that live around us. We think of the physical community we live in, our friends, our neighbors, the children our kids go to school with, the teachers at the school, the local police officer, the shopkeepers. All of those people are part of our normal community that we live in. But blacksmithing community, I think, is something more. It may be blacksmiths that you actually get to see. Maybe there are some blacksmiths around. Here in Beulah, there really aren't very many. There are a few other people who dabble in blacksmithing. They are primarily welders, but they'll do a little bit of forging. There's one young lady who came up and I taught her a few things. She set up a little shop at her parents' place, but now she travels the country going to Renaissance fairs and works with another craftsperson doing that. So she doesn't do a lot of blacksmithing. But nevertheless, when she comes back to town, that's somebody else that's part of the local blacksmithing community. As I spread out a little bit, there are some people that are interested in blacksmithing nearby that are within an hour's drive or so that sometimes you encounter. But as you get even further out, you get into the statewide community, we start talking about organized blacksmithing. Things like the Rocky Mountain Smiths group that I'm active in, puts on a conference every year, puts on a monthly demonstration or get-together of some sort. And it's when you start getting involved with the blacksmithing community on these larger scales that you really start to learn more. You start to have more opportunities. People will show you little tricks and tips. You can go to their shops, you can see how they set their shop up, see how they do something. You go to the demonstrations, you go to the conferences where they bring in really good smiths from all over the country to come to that little community event and teach people what they do. You get to see and meet people like Peter Ross or Mark Asprey up close and personal, and you really get a chance to learn from them. And that to me is what community and blacksmithing is. And of course, as I mentioned, that spills out into the blacksmithing forums where there are blacksmiths of all levels, and in this case, all over the world, contributing, asking questions, getting help, helping somebody else, sharing information, sharing ideas, and it's just a wonderful thing. Now, not every idea from every person is something you need to incorporate into your work or your shop, and that's just like any other community. When your local community has a concert or an art show or something like that, you're probably not interested in every event they put on, and you may not go to every event that is put on, although in smaller communities you're probably more likely to. But with the blacksmithing community being so large, and with the internet making it such a great resource, there are all sorts of great big communities, small communities, little subgroups. Anything you want is out there. Whether it's going to local community events in person or participating online in something like the iForge Iron group, or one of the Facebook groups like the Black Bear Forge Facebook group, or Forging It Forward, or Blacksmithing for Beginners, or International Blacksmithing. There's a British Artist Blacksmithing Association Facebook group, probably hundreds of different blacksmithing related Facebook groups if you just take the time to find them and if you get involved with them. It's interesting to just sit on the sidelines and read the posts and see what other people are up to, but it's when you get involved that community really pays off. When you start helping other people out with the few things you know. You may not know all the answers, but if you know one thing, you just know a resource. Oh, somebody wants to know, where can you get that wire brush? Well, I know where you get that wire brush, and you can help that person out. But it's also a place to ask reasonable questions. Now, a lot of questions are asked over and over and over again, and it pays to do a little research via the search block on most of these forums so that you can find the answers without asking the same question over and over again, because sometimes people are a little tired of answering the same question over and over again. But if you can't find the answer, ask it in the forum groups. Somebody probably knows the answer to that question. The same thing applies with YouTube. YouTube is a great big community now. As a creator of YouTube videos, I interact with other creators that don't even do blacksmithing, but there's also a group of blacksmiths who do YouTube videos on Facebook. Most of us who make videos watch each other's videos. I love watching Torbjorn Amon's videos. I hope I got it closer this time. One of these days I'll have to learn to speak Swedish. But I love watching his videos. I love watching Roy over at Christ Center Ironworks, DF in the Shop, Daniel Moss, Mark Asprey's got some great videos out there. I can't even think of everybody I watch right now, so if I watch your videos and I didn't mention your name, that's not to intentionally slight you. It's just that I can't think that fast and remember all the names of all the channels. I think I subscribe to over 100 channels. Most of them are blacksmithing channels. And that is a wonderful community, not just with the person creating the video, but I have noticed that when people ask questions in the comments on my videos down below, that a lot of you viewers are starting to help those people out. People ask, did you ever do a video on making a pair of bolt tongs? And before I answer that question, somebody else has already given them a link to that video. Great job, people. I really love it. I really love the way the community helps each other out. Now, does that mean all of these people are your best buddies in the world? Nah, of course not. There are a lot of blacksmiths that I probably wouldn't invite over to dinner for one reason or another, but that doesn't mean they aren't good blacksmiths, and that doesn't mean that we can't share information about blacksmithing freely and openly. But in every community, there's always somebody that rubs people the wrong way. There's always somebody that everybody likes, always somebody that nobody gets. You get your town drunks and your village idiots no matter what kind of a community you're in, and that's just part of what makes it all special. It's part of what makes it all unique, part of what makes it fun. So I hope everybody can get out there and embrace the blacksmithing community, take advantage of what that community has to offer you, whether it's in your own neighborhood, your own state, your own country, online, on YouTube, wherever it is. The blacksmithing community is something that's here to help all of us out. So I hope that somewhere in all that rambling there was a rational thought pattern. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, I would love it if you hit that subscribe button. Feel free to share the videos with your friends or on social media, but then hopefully you can make time in your day to get out to your shop, make something, but stay safe, wear your safety glasses, and we'll see you for the next one. Oh, and that playlist, I'm going to link to it right there. Should be a little box. And that's the playlist you click on if you want to see some of the other comments on community. Thanks a lot.